Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here again to really pull apart those ideas that, stick with you. Today, we've got our hands on something I think is pretty valuable. It's excerpts from Daily Flow, a morning routine companion. Now, this isn't just another list of morning hacks. It feels more like a shortcut guide, a way to get your day started feeling energized, focused, informed even. So our mission really is to unpack how just a few seemingly simple steps can build genuine momentum, right from the get-go.
Yeah, and what's really compelling about this guide, I think, is how elegantly it breaks things down. It gets to the essence of a good start. It's not just giving you the what to do, which, we see a lot. It hits strongly at the why it matters, why these small actions actually set a foundation, physiologically, psychologically, for the rest of your day. We're going to look at how these steps work in practice and the benefits, the nuances behind this daily flow routine.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then. It kicks off with something, well, it's almost basic. You take a deep breath, consciously, and then, step one, drink a glass of water. The guide itself says it sounds small, right? But it claims the benefits are big. Honestly, my first reaction was, water? Is that really insight? But yeah, the guide pushes back on that.
It really does. And there's solid reasoning there. The source points out that even slight dehydration when you wake up can mess with your focus, your mood, your cognitive function. It's like trying to run your brain on low battery. It's not just about feeling thirsty, It's about getting your brain's machinery working efficiently right away. Because after sleeping for hours, we're all naturally a bit dehydrated. So rehydrating quickly, it kickstarts your metabolism, replaces fluids, and crucially, it helps get oxygen and nutrients flowing properly to your brain cells. It's foundational. Not just general health, but giving your brain that immediate fuel it needs.
Okay, yeah, put like that, it makes perfect sense. I've definitely had those mornings, skip the water, jump straight into work or emails, and then, 10 a.m. hits and you feel foggy. So the guide's really stressing why that immediate hydration matters. It's like fuel up before the trip, not when you're already sputtering. And that deep breath beforehand, that feels intentional too, like a gentle switch. Flipping the switch from sleep mode to, okay, awake now. So for someone listening wanting to, hit the ground running, what's the real immediate payoff from just that breath and water?
Well, the payoff is actually surprisingly quick and pretty profound for something so simple. That deep breath, especially if it's slow and controlled, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your body's rest and digest mode. It helps calm things down, clears out maybe some lingering stress hormones from sleep. It signals, okay, safe to transition. Then you add the water, which gets to work rehydrating cells almost immediately, and boom, you've basically created an internal environment that's optimized for being alert, for clarity. It's super low friction, right? High impact. It wakes up your systems without needing any complex prep or mental gymnastics.
Right, okay. Systems waking up. I like that. So body's hydrated, brain's starting to get the message. What's next in daily flow? It moves us towards physical movement. Just a touch. The guide actually says stand up if you can. That's the first instruction. And then the movements are incredibly simple. Stretch arms overhead, roll your shoulders back, maybe a gentle torso twist. It even gives options if you're feeling it, like 10 squats or just walk around the room quickly. It's definitely not a P90X workout, but the guide treats it like it's really important.
Absolutely. And the key phrase they use here is, remember, movement is medicine. That's not just a catchy phrase. It's the whole philosophy behind this step. Yeah. These minimal movements, the stretch, the roll, the twist, they aren't about, building bulk or heavy cardio. They're about waking up systems that have been pretty much dormant all night. Things like kickstarting lymphatic drainage that's important for flushing toxins and activating proprioceptors. Those are the sensors in muscles and joints telling your brain where your body is. It basically sends these clear wake-up signals through your nervous system. Improves circulation, gets oxygen moving, gently engages muscles. And that physical readiness it creates, it's tied directly to mental alertness, mind and body getting ready together.
That phrase, movement is medicine, that really lands. It reframes it completely. It's not demanding a huge effort, just, a minute or so to acknowledge that moving itself is good for you. Kind of reminding your body, hey, you're designed for this, with a gentle nudge. But what about those mornings? We all have them. You feel like you have zero time or just, can't face moving. Does the guide talk about that friction, the inconsistency problem?
It does, yeah. And that's actually key to why it seems to work for people. The barrier to entry is deliberately low. It really emphasizes that any movement, like literally any tiny bit, is better than staying completely still. Even just the act of standing up, consciously stretching your arms up for like 5 seconds, that breaks the inertia. It starts those signals. So the core message is sustainability and flexibility. I know some days you might do the squats, some days maybe just the stretch, but the principle holds. Movement is medicine. It takes the pressure off, stops the routine becoming another chore you feel guilty about skipping, which, let's face it, happens a lot with new habits.
Yeah, that pressure thing is huge. Okay, so we've hydrated, we've done a little movement medicine. Now daily flow turns inward to the mindset segment, it calls it. This bit seems focused on setting a positive mental state. Two key things. First, think of one thing, just one you're grateful for, and hold it there. Then second, set a simple intention for the day. The examples are like, I will stay focused, or I will be kind, even I'll take things one step at a time. And it says to repeat it. Today, I will, whatever your intention is. Okay, but for someone feeling maybe stressed or overwhelmed, how does just thinking about gratitude or setting an intention actually do anything beyond just a fleeting nice thought?
That's a really important question. It can sound a bit, well, simplistic, maybe, too easy to make a real difference. But the psychology here is actually pretty sophisticated. The guide touches on how gratitude practice isn't just, warm fuzzies. It actively stimulates neurotransmitters, things like dopamine, serotonin. Those are directly linked to feeling good, feeling content, even feeling motivated. So it's like a biochemical nudge. It shifts your perspective, pulls focus from the negatives towards, well, appreciation. Then you layer on the intention setting. Now you're not just hoping the day goes well. You're giving your brain a specific target, a direction. It's like setting a compass for the day. It's a deliberate act. And the brain, being plastic, responds to this stuff over time. Consistent practice can genuinely start to rewire pathways, making it easier to access those positive states and stay focused. It ties right back to that idea of consciously setting the tone by choosing your mental starting line.
I really like how personal this part feels. You choose your own gratitude, right? And the intention isn't fixed. You can pick a new one each day based on what you need, maybe what challenge you see coming. It feels less like a rigid affirmation and more like a dynamic tool for your mindset. It really empowers you, doesn't it, to sort of shape your mental state right at the start. But, some mornings are tough. What if you genuinely struggle to feel grateful? Or your mind feels too cluttered to even pick an intention? Does the guide offer help for getting over that hump?
It does, subtly. By framing gratitude really broadly, it's not asking for overwhelming joy. It's just find one simple thing. Could be anything. The warmth of your coffee cup, the quiet before the house wakes up, a comfy pillow. It deliberately lowers the bar, makes it less about some grand feeling, more about just a moment of noticing something positive, a flicker. And for intentions, same idea. Start incredibly small if you need to. I will take one deep breath when I feel stressed, or just I will take it one step at a time. The real power is in the act of directing your focus consciously, not necessarily the scale of the thought itself. Keeping it tiny and achievable reduces that mental friction, makes it doable even on rough days. The goal is consistency over, perfect execution.
Okay, consistency over perfection, that's key. So let's tie these threads together. Hydration, movement, mindset. The Daily Flow Guide presents them as this sequence, designed to be a momentum machine. It wraps up by saying it pretty plainly. You've hydrated, moved, and set your intention. 3 simple steps to create momentum for your day. It sounds simple, but there's definitely a logic to the order.
Absolutely. And that synergistic effect is what's really clever about it. It's not just 3 good ideas thrown together. Each step really does build on the one before it. It creates this positive chain reaction. Hydration wakes up the brain, primes it for clear thinking. Then the movement wakes up the body, improves blood flow, gets the nervous system ready to respond. And then the mindset stuff, gratitude, intention, it takes that awakened energy, that physical readiness, and directs it purposefully. So it creates this smooth flow, this sequence, rather than just, checking boxes on a list. You're priming your whole system, brain, body, emotions, getting everything aligned for the day. And yeah, that flexibility point is crucial. The fact you can switch up the gratitude, the specific movement, the intention. That keeps it fresh, keeps it relevant to you today, stops it feeling stale or robotic.
Right. So thinking about the listener, what does this all mean for you? It's not just another morning routine listicle. It's presented as a framework, right? A deliberate structure designed to give you that tangible lift right from the moment you wake up. This daily flow routine, as the guide lays it out, it seems like an accessible, quick way to not just begin your day, but to really launch it, making a conscious choice to build energy and focus instead of just reacting. Yeah, creating this optimized sequence for those critical first few moments.
Exactly. And this whole deep dive into daily flow, it really highlights the power of simple, consistent routines, especially when you grasp the why. It's not just about mechanically doing the steps. Understanding why hydration matters first thing, why even gentle movement is medicine, why gratitude and intention shift your state. That understanding, which we sort of unpacked here, it actually deepens the impact. It turns what could feel like mundane actions into, well, meaningful practices that are actively optimizing your neurology, your physiology, contributing to overall well-being and, yeah, productivity too.
Definitely. Okay, so as we wrap this up, here's something to maybe chew on, a final thought. If these 3 simple, flexible steps can genuinely create momentum for one single day, imagine the compound effect, the cumulative flow, as the guide calls it, the sustained positive impact you could build over a week, a month, a whole year, just by consistently engaging with this kind of personalized morning practice. What possibilities could that unlock for you? Not just for better mornings, but maybe for the whole direction of your growth, your productivity, something to think about.